100 Club and them.
Sheriff Ron Hickman will read a prepared statement. And also, I'd like to say that we are also live streaming this at Hcso Texas, if you'd like to do the live stream. So, Sheriff Ron Hickman.
Good afternoon. Today, the Harris County Sheriff's Office mourns the loss of one of our own. Deputy Darren Goforth was senselessly struck down while innocently pumping gas at a Chevron station at West Road and Telge in northwest Harris County yesterday evening. We are reaching out to the community for assistance in capturing the violent individual responsible for the senseless death of Deputy Goforth. From video retrieved from the location, we know that other individuals drove up to the service station while this incident was going on. We asked them to come forth with information that will assist us in this investigation. I plead today for the public's assistance in our efforts to bring the suspects to justice he so rightfully deserves. Any witnesses to the event or persons with information about the suspect are asked to come forward and assist investigators in our efforts. We respectfully ask the media to respect the privacy of the family during this time of tragic loss. The Harris County Sheriff's Office and the Houston law enforcement community, so many gathered around me here today, collectively grieve the loss of our brother, Deputy Goforth, a loving father, husband, son, and committed law enforcement officer. We've heard that a number of media outlets are reaching out directly to the family at home. We'd ask that they respect their privacy and give them their opportunity to grieve. The community's outpouring of love, thoughts, and prayers are still needed as we come to grips with the gravity of this tragedy. We've been overwhelmed by support from the community, people that we've never met, don't know, may never see again, to offer substance, food, water, and support for the deputies who continue to protect our community. I'll ask our District Attorney, Devin Anderson, for comments.
Thanks, Sheriff. The Harris County District Attorney's Office extends its condolences to the Goforth family. We have worked all night assisting in this investigation, and we will continue to do that until the person is brought to justice. I echo the Sheriff's request to please come forward if you have any information. It is time for the silent majority in this country to support law enforcement. There are a few bad apples in every profession. That does not mean that there should be open warfare declared on law enforcement. The vast majority of officers are there to do the right thing, are there because they care about their community and want to make it a safer place. What happened last night is an assault on the very fabric of society. It is not anything that we can tolerate. It is time to come forward and support law enforcement and condemn this atrocious act. So please come forward if you have any information. We need to bring this killer to justice. At this time, Rick Hartley with the 100 Club would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Devin. On behalf of the 30,000 members of the 100 Club, we'd like the community to know that we are reaching out to help the Goforth family. As soon as it is logistically feasible, we will be bringing a $20,000 check to the family to help with immediate needs. And when the time is right, we will be there to do a needs assessment to determine all of the financial needs of that family. All too often, when we have tragedies like this, we see youngsters, and this case is no different. We have 5 and 12-year-old children that are left behind. Those 30,000 members of the 100 Club will make sure that those youngsters have an opportunity to go to the college of their choice when the time is appropriate. I'd like to also just add, if the sheriff so needs it, that Crime Stoppers and the 100 Club have partnered together to double the reward that will bring about the needed information to solve this case. We're prepared to step forward when that information from the sheriff is brought to our attention to double the reward to $10,000 if needed. Sheriff?
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, DA. As you can see, we're surrounded by the local law enforcement community, also supported by state and federal agencies as well. This is an issue that strikes at the heart of law enforcement and the criminal justice community. I doubt there are any resources that will be left unapplied, no stone unturned. I will tell you that we have recovered some evidence. We do have video from the scene. So this is an ongoing investigation, but one we absolutely want to do right. We are supported by the entire justice community in our efforts to make sure this individual is brought to the justice they so richly deserve. You know, we are talking to people. We do have some information, but as this investigation proceeds, we will provide information as available. But we ask that you please respect the family's opportunity for grief and to give them time. I will echo also what the DA mentioned is some of the very dangerous national rhetoric that's out there today. Our system of justice absolutely requires law enforcement to be present to protect our community. So at any point when the rhetoric ramps up to the point where calculated, cold-blooded assassination of police officers happened, this rhetoric has gotten out of control. We've heard Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. Well, cops' lives matter too. So why don't we just drop the qualifier and just say lives matter and take that to the bank? Thank you for your attendance.
Thank you, Sheriff, what's the working motive for this? I think you're hitting a J national study.
The working motive for this at this point is absolute madness. We've not found any provocation, any motivation that we can put our finger on. So it's all speculation at this point.
But the theory investigators are working on right now is that he was shot because he was wearing a mask.
Absolutely. At this point, his only target was because he's wearing a uniform. It's unfortunate there are not many civilian occupations you can point to where you can be shot for the clothes you wear.
Sheriff, have you taken anybody into custody in regards to this?
No, we've not taken anybody into custody. We have people we're talking to, trying to follow through methodically. We don't want to be jumping to conclusions. We want to make sure that we take the steps in the proper order and follow the evidence to a logical, legal, and proper conclusion.
And can you tell us whether the deputy was by himself? We've heard about a woman who was with him at the time. Do you have any information on that?
As far as I know, the deputy was by himself,
Do you know?
simply walking back to his car. The video demonstrates that.
Any new descriptions on the vehicle or the suspect?
We had a description of a red pickup, and other than what's been shown already, nothing new on that.
Still holds.
Yes.
Any connection to the incendiary, the comments you mentioned, the incendiary comments that have been made in terms of that motivating this attack, or are you questioning any of the people from those groups about that?
Not at this point. We always follow that rhetoric. We always make sure that we kind of check the temperature or climate and make sure that there aren't specific motivations. But as I mentioned earlier, we won't leave any stone unturned. And until we know with absolute certainty what the motivation is, it's all speculation.
Sheriff, are you taking any additional steps with your deputies to ensure their safety, any changes in policy, anything like that?
I think the logical sense is that all law enforcement will take extra precaution in being alert and aware of your surroundings. We'll tell our folks to make sure that, especially at night, that they're aware and make sure they back each other up, make sure that they run in teams. I think law enforcement will be doing that across the country. Anytime you have a clearly unprovoked attack, then you have to make sure you protect yourself.
Sheriff, we were told prior to the shooting he had investigated a minor accident. Have the folks involved in that incident, have they been excluded from suspicion? Have you talked to them?
I can't say that. All I know is there was a pretty good separation in time from the time he finished the accident until he was getting gas. So it doesn't look at the outset that they're involved.
The home that was being searched near the crime scene, what connection does that have?
Just through the vehicle. That's all.
Have we confirmed that that's actually the truck?
No, we've not.
Sheriff, is there any indication that this was anyone other than a lone gunman?
Not at this point. That's all we know from the video is that a lone gunman.
Sheriff, can you give us an idea of what the last 12 to 16 hours have been for your deputies, detectives out there trying to catch this guy?
Well, as you can imagine, the impact, this is the kind of thing that drives you right down to your soul. I mean, it strikes at the heart of who we are as peace officers. I mean, our job is to carry the badge and gun and protect everybody else. And now we've got to fall back, regroup, and take care of one of our own. So, I mean, this hits us right where the heart. This is not an incident where, an individual was provoked by a confrontation with an officer. This is just, a cold-blooded execution. So how do you protect against that? I mean, it causes you to doubt humanity at large.
Sure, are you guys still talking to Mr. Miles and is he cooperating?
I don't know who Mr. Mileston is.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Any
That-
other information?
Yeah, that's enough. We'll put out a statement later as more information progresses.
Any other information will come directly from us through our Nixle. And if any other updates that you will be brought out. You will be informed, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.